Welcome to Champagne Sunday. I'm Lauren.
Hey, I'm Bonnie.
I'm Beth.
And we're going to talk about life
After divorce.
And living
The best life.
and the life you love.
Yes, living the life you love on that other side.
Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
How are you? So we are back together after a long time. It's really sporadic lately.
Yeah.
So we thought that we would talk about where we are now.
Whoop, whoop. Yes, aside from being in my silver room.
Yeah.
Where we are.
Oh, presently we are
Yes.
physically in the silver room. So, we kind of have veered away from our weekly meetings. When did we start this? 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
I think it's been 3 years ago, yeah.
Honestly, we've just been able to meet less consistently, just kind of because of everybody's changes in schedules or just the way life was going, and so we thought that would be a cool episode to just talk about what life is like now.
Yeah, where
And
we
what
are,
has
yeah,
changed.
what we're doing,
Yeah.
how we're living,
Mm-hmm.
what's good.
What's good?
Yeah, because we're supposed to live the life we love. So
Yes.
how are we doing that today? So, well, and I guess let's start with why have we been so busy? What's been going on?
Oh, that's a good one. So I got married,
Yay!
and then just family life. I mean, we're just very much in. I mean, I have a 12-year-old, and he has lots of activities, and then work just keeps.
Well,
getting
you
busier.
even though you were going
But
to do
then I've
your
added
no,
some other
I think you
pockets.
started doing yeses.
Well, I did some yeses for myself, not really for everybody
Right.
else, but
Right.
I've been teaching. I opened a voice and piano studio that I've been doing, and so that has been something extra. And then I'm more involved in our local community theater than I always have been, but my son is very much involved, and so pretty much any show he does, I'm doing something with. So that's been just another thing, and then I just got an office at the place where Bonnie and Beth have their art. And I'm going to actually be the only performing artist in the building. So I'm looking to expand my sort of, business, what will be a business in that way. So there's just been like pockets of like personal stuff. And then lots of great just family things. Like, my husband and I got married in September. And we just have really settled into the routine of family life. And it's great. I mean, not routine like boredom, but like routine of the way we do things and how we're doing things and how we, chisel out the time for the things we need to do plus each other and all of that.
Well, and you gained another family.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whole other family.
Yeah, because you have, and so you get to do more things with them. So
Right.
it sounds like you've gotten to do a lot of you things. Good you things that
Yeah.
take a lot of time, but that they're really good for your life.
Yeah, I mean, I had to like really wrap my head around because I have ADD and I'm terrible at. I wasn't in my previous relationship. I felt like a mess. I was even telling my friend like, remember my house is so messy and like it was just I was a wreck because I don't think I felt like in control at all,
Or safe.
or
I
safe.
don't think
You
you
were
safe.
centered
So no,
because
and
you
now-
weren't working
And
from
I
a secure base.
right.
And you were running away all the time
Yeah.
because you didn't want to be there.
So now it's not like that. So I have this like beautiful routine of like during the work week. I don't mean like I'm not a creature who likes routine. I am a gypsy really by nature. I like to. If it were my say, I'd have my house on my back and we just go. But I like pick up my house on the regular. It makes me really uncomfortable if it's not like baseline, not chaotic. And like I wake up in the morning and I have my coffee and then I make my bed and then I do my dishes and then I go to work. And it's like just very balanced in that way. And my brain, it makes my brain so happy because it's not chasing. It's like, does that make sense?
So what do you think flipped there? Well, how did you end up in this place where all of a sudden you're taking care of yourself and your space in ways that you were not before?
So I think two things. I think when I got divorced that I was on my own. I mean, I was seeing someone, but I was living on my own for 2 or 3 years. And I just got to kind of reclaim my space, right? And I got to basically learn to cook. Like I really like became a functioning single mom.
You became
during
you
that
again
time.
inside that.
Well, me plus what it meant to be me as a single mom, and that's what I found I needed for me. And my brain, I don't know if it's just getting older too, but if my space is chaotic, I can't function as well. I really can't.
Okay.
Like I cleaned up my bedroom, or I cleaned up my office the other week because I can't stand to be in it, and unless it's just like empty. It's weird.
And it sounds new.
As you're almost there.
Yes.
We are once again not licensed therapists in any way, shape, or form.
What I'm hearing you say is before in your relationship, things were chaotic.
Yeah.
Even if they weren't on the surface where everybody saw you in life, everything at your house was chaotic because your marriage was chaotic.
Oh, yeah, and I mean,
you weren't operating from a base of security.
right.
So everything kind of trickled down from that. But
Right.
now that you have a base of security and you have somebody that supports you and is your cheerleader, you can work from that base of security. You know, in my tons of years of therapy and my tons of money of therapy, what I realized is women need security.
Mm-hmm.
Men need affirmation. Women need security. And if you have a secure base, if you look at the people that are very successful, they have a secure base or they've created for themselves a secure base from which to live their life.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can all speak to having a chaotic and not secure base.
Oh, yeah.
Before we got divorced. And a little after divorce, you're a little chaotic, but it's your chaos, not somebody else manufacturing it and forcing it upon you.
Right.
So I think, you are a testament to when things are good and you have the support and the love of somebody else,
And when
you can do all kinds of things.
And when you're thinking about the other person, like, I like tonight before I came over, I was like, it's gonna make us so happy if I load the dishwasher right now. Like, I was like, if I load the dishwasher, I'm not gonna have to think about it when I get home, and when he gets home, we can just like have a nice evening. You know what I mean? So it made me. I was like, this is great. I'm doing this for us, and we kind of both work from a place of we do these things for us. Like
That's good.
it's great, and
also it's not lopsided. You don't
No.
have a
No, because
lopsided.
you have a good partner,
Yeah.
someone who's your best friend, and and he works towards your. He thinks about you first, like you think about him first, and that makes all the difference.
Yeah, it absolutely.
Yeah, because I always thought I'd do everything, and no wonder I was exhausted all the time.
Yeah, because you did do everything like you were living on your own, plus you had somebody coming behind you.
No,
doing
we
stuff.
kind of have our little sets of things that we do, and like, he knows how to fix things that I don't, and I know how to.
And he does your yard work?
Yeah, like he does that stuff. And I mean, like, he has we're going on vacation this weekend, and I don't even think he really knows where we're going. Like today, one of our friends, I posted like how to get into the cabin in the group because we're all kind of convening there, and he posted and said too many words. I don't know what to read. It's too many words. And our other friend said, "Wife go mountain, follow wife." And that's kind of like he's like. He knows what he's good at. He knows what I'm good at, and we really lean into each other's strengths, which has been great. Like, I mean, like I said, I found a lot of this on my own. I mean, I was dating him, but not with him in my house. I found a lot of this on my own when it was me, like, just mothering and working through what I wanted my life to be. And now I do it not just for me. Now it's a whole us that.
Yeah. Well, you had a picture.
It makes me feel so happy for things to be calm and
Well, you
That
had
is-
a picture, and he fit
Well,
into the picture. He didn't create
and
waves.
and we didn't create waves, but we spend a lot of time together at home. Like
That's good.
that's our we don't go out to eat a lot. Like we don't really. I mean, we socialize with people on the weekend at our house or at their house, but it's very rare that we like go to a sit down dinner or go like we usually hang out together at home. So making sure that that's a calm, happy space, like all of that has just become so much more important to me than it ever was.
Well, you really understand
before.
the value of peace
Yeah.
because you know what it is to
Well,
not have it.
And I also want to make sure that my son always has a very stable,
Place.
nice, clean environment.
Well,
So-
I would also say that you also understand the value of respecting your partner.
Mhm.
And I think your partner understands the value of respecting you, and that's really kind of the basis of a great
Right.
friendship / relationship.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a big difference
Yeah.
too into having peace.
Yeah.
So, well, you have excellent excuses to have been very busy. Beth, do you want to go next?
I don't really know what to say. I mean, I'm basically turning into an old hermit lady.
That's
Which
not
is
true.
just
You
fine.
mahjong 12 times a week.
I do not.
Yes. No,
It's
sometimes
true.
it is 6 because you go
We're
twice a
talking.
day.
Hey, that is my brain therapy.
I'm just saying.
So that I
if you
get
want to know where
dementia.
your time is going,
I
you're
know,
giving
but
it
it's
to
a
the
very,
game.
Very worthwhile endeavor.
I'm not saying that it's not. I'm
That
just
2
saying.
hours that I spend turns into the best
6
5
hours you've ever been. Times 2.
The best month of my life.
The best weekend down near Mobile.
I sent you that. I sent you that thing about when large groups of women gather.
Mm-hmm.
That it does something to create longevity in women.
Oh, yes. That's
so
true.
I'm working on
So-
mental health. I'm working on longevity. I just don't know what else you can ask from me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
but I
well-
have turned into kind of a hermit on other things. So
But you also work,
I do work, and
And-
work has gotten busy.
and we have got, and your daughter has moved home from college.
I can't even talk about that. Yeah.
and we have started going back up.
It's
to
the opposite of peaceful. We actually worked on it this weekend. I'm joking, but if you've ever been a mother that had people bring all their stuff home and then
an
their
entire dorm room full.
of furniture and everything they accumulate in 1 year, and then they get tired of moving home, so it's all in the first 2 rooms of your house,
Yeah.
and you can't even get in the door.
Now, I will say on the flip side of that, I'm very sad that is not happening to my house this summer. I
know.
do not have a daughter who is moving all of her stuff up under the stairs
It's
all
a
the way
short
from here to the
period.
end
It
because
is.
she is actually grown up and living in there forever. Like she's just there.
But I know, and I do try to frame it as this is a short period of time.
Yeah.
It's a very intense, very short period of time. Okay, so I do have that going on.
And we are going
And
up to
we-
the studio
And
more.
we have
which,
a new space at the studio,
Mhm.
which I spent a weekend painting.
It's great.
yes.
The 12-foot ceiling.
And we've actually started.
area.
We've actually started going up there
and
like we
we
used
started doing that all
to.
day.
Yeah, we were up there last night.
We got a contact high last night, but it's okay.
That is a story for after this is
Okay.
over. We'll tell you about that later. So
Okay.
yeah, so you've been busy.
I have been busy now looking back on it, but I feel like I'm in that part of my life. I do have peace at my house. I do have peace in my heart, and I'm doing the things that I want to do. If you ask me, do you want to do this, and I don't want to do it, I'll just say nope. Before, I felt like I had to have an excuse,
Yeah.
or I had to have like
Yeah.
a hernia surgery to get out of it. You know, now I'm like, nope, that's not on my agenda. Sorry, not gonna happen. Nope, I will pass.
No,
it.
that's I feel
I
that
feel very
100%.
selfish with my time and with my peace and with how I want to spread myself.
Yeah.
Because, like you, when I was in the chaos of my marriage in that last 10 years where it was just everything was up in the air and I was constantly upset or something was happening, waiting for the next shoe to fall, whatever you want to call it. I did not put myself first. I was trying to fix a problem and fix it for my kids and fix it for everybody else and make everything look nice instead of doing what I needed to do. And now I feel like time is running out. If I'm going to travel, if I'm going to do these things, if I'm going to take these classes, if I'm going to, I'm doing it. Like, I'm going to Mahjong camp again.
Good for you.
For this summer one, it's 3 days. It's great.
Good for you.
I highly recommend it. It's in Fairhope, Alabama. Anyway, which is beautiful. And the shopping is great. The food is excellent. Found 2 new little places this
And
last
Fairhope
time.
is a great little
Yeah,
city.
I love
It
that
is.
area.
And then, actually today, this project came up, and I was like, this is great. It's a new canvas for the 250th. I thought, oh my God, I didn't even tell you about this. I clicked on it. I actually clicked on airline tickets to see if I could do this.
Wait, what is
Where?
it? What is it exactly? 'Cause
It's in California.
What is it?
It's a canvas.
What? Okay, tell us
Dedicated.
more. What kind of canvas? Are we talking about needlepoint or like painting?
No, it's needlepoint. So it's a needlepoint, and then I thought it was really cheap, and then I realized it was for 1 day. But that's the kind of thing. I was like, okay, I could do this. I could fly out there, do this class, see all my old friends that are in that area that I used to travel with, and come back.
There's something so my brain does that. I kind of grew up like that because my mom was
Well,
like
I
that.
grew up like that because my mom
but-
was a stewardess,
but-
but I have not given time to it because
Yeah.
I was too busy being the wife and the mom and the blah 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 shop owner and the board member and the
Yeah.
all
yeah,
that.
the things that keep you in your
Yeah.
city, in your place.
Exactly. So it's just a little time for Beth to, do Beth things. So
love
that's
that.
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But that's good. But when you say it out loud, when you start listing the things, you realize you are busy.
I know, but it doesn't feel like I'm busy because I'm not. When I was listening to you say my son is doing this and this, I just remember how much time I spent in the car driving little boys or little girls to this activity and this activity and this activity. I used to pay my bills in the car. I used to stitch in the car. I had like different buckets in my car.
Lauren's
because
going, oh yes, this is me
I
right
was
now.
living in my car, and I used to call it, I was in the weeds. That's
Yeah.
what I felt like I was in the weeds, like I was just navigating through the swamp to get everybody's life on track. But my life was not on track.
My son said that the other day. We were going to a rehearsal, and he said, I just feel like I'm always so busy. And I said, is there anything you don't want to be doing? Like, yes, you can be busy, or you can not be doing these things. He's like, no, I want to do them. I'm like, okay.
Well, but then he also has times like tonight where he was,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
where he
exactly.
can have some
Right.
chill,
Right.
alone
Yeah.
time. It's not like he's busy every
Right.
single night. Every
And I
single
want to
day
be
all
like,
day.
you have no idea. Just wait.
Just like,
It gets busier.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
So
true.
but you're right. And I'm trying to design some canvases, and I've got a bunch of projects that I need to get
So you
done.
have filled your time.
I have, but it's only been with stuff I truly wanted to do.
True, but I mean, I think about like every once in a while I run into someone who really enjoys sitting on the couch after work and just chilling and doing that, and I think, oh gosh, that's just like I can't imagine doing that. I'm just not in a place right now because I have filled all of my time.
No.
I don't mind that every once in a while,
But
but I
you've
can't
been busy.
imagine that being my go-to.
Okay, tell them what you've been doing because you have how many more paintings to do before November?
Oh gosh, I can't even think about it. So I'm trying to finish my Masters of Fine Arts in Painting and Drawing. I think I have 11 started. 3 completed.
13.
Okay, 13 started. 3 really completed, and then another, like I have 26 for my whole project finished. But what I have found, so I'm truly filling all of my spare moments with how can I put another piece of paint, a little bit of paint on the canvas. And I've moved everything back up to the studio, so it's not in my house because I
love that.
I truly
Yeah.
feel like up until the past couple months, I feel like I isolated myself in my house, and I didn't, and I have not
Walk with your partner.
I
You
have
have not walked.
I have not walked with Beth. I have not seen Lauren much, even
No.
though we're right next door to each
we
other.
are just passing though.
Yeah,
Like we're so
yes.
busy.
I have not.
Eating dinner with Beth regularly.
There are so many things.
There were like 2 months. There were 2 months like around the Easter time into that I had something every day. You know.
Okay, so over this past bit, so you were busy. I don't know. I guess this last semester I overcommitted, and I had. I had moved all of my painting stuff home over probably Thanksgiving to finish things and to have it over Christmas. But then I started the spring semester and realized I way overcommitted my time. I took on one more class probably than I should have. Didn't realize that the figure drawing class that I had, that we would not be working on final projects like we do in the regular classes. So in a regular class, in a regular studio class, I would have the 3 or 4 hours that we have in class that I'm actually working on what I'm turning in at the end. But in a figure drawing class, you're spending that 3 or 4 hours working on figure drawing, and then what you're turning in at the end is separate. So then I'm having to find those 3 to 4 hours again at my house, not in class. And so all of a sudden I just felt incredibly overwhelmed. So I did not get out of my house. I did everything here. I came home from work. I did not walk with Beth. I did not go to dinner with Beth. I worked on art, and that is all I did. And so now I have moved this semester. I have also overcommitted, but I have moved everything back up to the studio because I'm committed to trying to find times up there. We moved into a bigger space. I have more space up there than I have at my house. And I feel like there's a better chance of me being around other people if I go up there. Not that I don't mind being at home with the dogs. But I have felt like I have truly kind of isolated myself from friends, from y'all, from doing everything. And I have actually isolated myself to the point that I asked y'all before this started, is it possible that I am doing all of this to avoid being social? Or am I using my art as an excuse? Or am I truly working towards my goal? Because I feel like I should be fitting more social time in,
but
and
I think
I'm not.
you're at the end of getting your degree. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I think moving into the bigger space is going to be a positive because you have 2 easels up there. You also have a workspace. You also have my table. We have more space you can have your whole collection up there. She has everything on the wall that she's pretty much working on, so it's in her sight. So it's right there. Instead of you were so fractured trying to go there, coming home, doing work, coming home. Now it's all in one space.
And I don't know if we're similar in this way. It's really hard for me to do work, like thought work, if I'm not comfortable. Like if it's not a cozy, like I do my hard work, like the things I have to concentrate the most on first thing in the morning. Like in my pajamas while I'm drinking my coffee on my laptop. If I have to answer emails or like just stuff I don't really want to do, that I have to do that and I have to be comfortable. Like it's really difficult for me to get that done in a sterile office.
Well, I think for Bonnie, also your comfort having everything in one place. Besides just being comfortable and you know where everything is, because there were so many times we'd be up there and you're like, oh, I took that home. Or I'd like to do this background, but
that's
that
board
is at home.
The nice thing about home is that, especially like now, because all of our homes are our safe spaces. Yeah, it's it's just very comfortable and like feels good, But you get distracted easy if you're at home, or I do.
You do? No, I do. I do get distracted easy. I don't know. I've tried to. I have an upstairs den as well as a downstairs den. So my upstairs den, I have tried to sort of start cleaning out and getting ready because I have to write the thesis part of this. So to get this master's, since it's a terminal degree, it's not just the painting parts; it's all of the writing parts. And so I know I've got a lot, and that's one of the 3 classes I'm taking this summer. So I know I have a lot of writing to do, and I know I need to be comfortable, and I know it needs to be a place where all of the things are. So that all I have to do is take my laptop and sit there, and I have everything I need to reference, and everything is in one place. But I'm having such a hard time actually getting up there. Of course, we're at the beginning of the semester, actually doing any of that. What I want to be doing, like I sat today and I sat out on the front porch. I love to write on the front porch. I saw you walk in, take your groceries in a couple of times. I just like to be. We saw the random dog that we don't know whose is wandering the neighborhood. I just like to be out front and on the porch, even if it's hot. Just something about being outside helps with that. So maybe I can do more of that, but I don't know. So I've been busy, really busy with that, you know. And my sister moved home, so I'm making time to spend more time with her, which has been wonderful. And I guess really my question is, I know that I'm at the end of this, and I know that I'm crunching, and I've done this to myself, which my mama fusses at me a lot about about just running straight into this is not truly engaging necessarily in all of life. So I wonder if I really couldn't stretch this out for another semester or two. So I'm making the times for the things that are supposed to be the most important in life. If I continue to profess that the people in my life are the most important things in my life, but yet I'm spending all of my time isolated on art, and are the people in my life really the most important things in my life, even though I'm working towards that goal?
I think you have to look at it as a season, just like you just said about Mary Burns moving home.
Yeah, that's a season.
You can't, you know. So this is short-lived. I mean, you'll graduate in December or whatever, November, December.
Yeah.
So you're at the end of it, but you know, sometimes you get stuck in the middle.
And I think I get, like you were talking about earlier, being in the weeds.
Yeah.
I'm in the weeds, but like I'm taking time tonight to spend time with y'all because I know this is important to me in my life and apparently to science. Because, wait, hold on. I looked up the thing, the internet. Oh wait, I turned off my phone. 60 women having friends.
Oh, I should have waited for the end of that.
Women having friends and spending time with friends improves their possibility of longevity at 60%. That it is really important for us to spend time with other women.
Okay.
Yes, I'm trying to make sure that I'm.
So
doing
I
that
got
sort of
tickled
thing.
at that because
What?
we're extending our lives by being hanging out with other women. Men die early anyway.
we're
We are
all
just
gonna
gonna
end
have
up in the same place.
longer party time, girl.
Yep.
Longer party time.
Oh, you're so
That's
funny.
so funny.
60% more.
There we go.
No, I was telling y'all this like right before. I have more female friendships at this point in my life than I ever have in my
I
whole
think
life.
that's true for me too.
Cause if I think back, my close friends in college were guys, and like I just have had I always have like a really good girlfriend, and then I'm kind of just a tomboy. I always kind of have been, but the older that I get, the more and I have pockets of female friendships. I was thinking literally a couple days ago, I was like, I know so many great women. I should just start a club, like a Lauren's Friends Club.
Yeah, we do need.
so
I'll
that
be in your
everybody
club.
can
I'll
meet.
be in your club.
Wait, what's the initiation?
Are you afraid you're not willing to pay the price? What if she makes you sing?
Might be like so damn. I might have to talk to everybody. And I might
You
have to
could
say,
talk to everybody.
I can talk to Brick Wall. That's okay.
Also, I'm still making new friends. I just made, because don't you kind of feel like, or did you ever feel like you kind of get to a point where you're like, no, I'm not making more new friends. That's not. And there have even been times in my brain that I'm like, I don't have room for anybody else. We're closed for business, you know.
I've never had that thought.
But no, well, I have a couple times I just can't do it, you know. But then recently I have made a group of mom friends from the theater company that my son's involved in, and they're great, and they're, you know, we have kids that are in the same boat, and the kids hang out a lot, so and it's kind of that collective. And my son is traditionally not somebody who's had a ton of friends, because he doesn't really seek it. I don't know. It's the
He's
tism.
an introverted, extroverted.
He is,
person.
but he doesn't really seek it. So. But he's kind of the first time wanting to be with a group, and anyway, the moms and I get along great. So this is kind of a new. I don't know. There's been a few times recently where I've added new people, and I didn't.
Oh, just wait till you become a baseball mom.
Yeah.
No,
No, my 12-year-old son came home. First of all, he came home in December from 6th grade and said, I want to be in the band. And I was like, oh no, why didn't you tell me this is the beginning of the year? So he's learning to play saxophone right now. And then he comes home at the end of the school year and says, I want to play baseball. And I'm like, why didn't we do this 10 years ago? because
because everybody starts at
So
5.
we are playing some catch up.
Not everybody started. Here's a little fact for you,
Okay.
non-baseball people.
Okay.
I was a baseball person for a while.
Chipper Jones did not pick up a baseball till he was 12.
Really?
There you
Well,
go.
tell
So
my son
there
that.
you go.
He is a little old school, but yeah.
Baseball facts that nobody needs to know.
Well, as your only introverted person here.
Now, I will say, that's not to say, I have told my husband, if we ever needed to, like, move away together, I'd be fine. Because I could just go,
Yeah.
I'm so comfortable going, hello, my name is,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Well, I am not comfortable doing that. I mean, I do that at work because I have to, but it's not in my personal life. I'm not, and it's not that I'm really closed off to new friends, but I'm not actively seeking new friends. If I meet you and we get along, then great. I will absolutely love and bring you into my circle, but I'm not out, I'm the one who's going to stand behind y'all while y'all make all of the friends. And after you've vetted them, then I'll be like, okay, that's fine. But I'm not going to be like actively out there. You know what I mean? It's just, I've always been uncomfortable. I guess a little bit with myself and a little bit with, I just have social anxiety, which doesn't, it's just so funny.
Okay, that's weird. You have social
do.
anxiety, and 2 of your friends are like the most social people in the whole world.
That's not to say, there has definitely been times in my life where I did definitely have like a level of social anxiety. But it was when I wasn't really on my own.
Well, I was painfully, my social anxiety was so bad in high school and college. I think I've told y'all this before. My college roommate had to go with me to the grocery store, had to go with me to the McDonald's drive-thru because I wouldn't even talk to the drive-thru person because I didn't know who was on the other end. I wouldn't call Domino's for my mother to order a pizza because it was a stranger on the other side. And the anxiety I felt about having to speak to a stranger and come up with the words, vomit the words out of my mouth, I need a pizza, I couldn't do it. I couldn't breach that gap. And it wasn't until, it's the one thing that my ex-husband, aside from children, did for me, is that I liked him so much I couldn't let him know how absolutely uncomfortable I was in every social situation he took me to. Because he was outgoing. He loved everybody, and we would walk in somewhere and he would leave me. And he would go talk to all of the people, and I'd be standing there going, I don't know a person here. We are in Decatur where I don't know anybody. What
You
do I
were with
do?
the Southeast. Carmen.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
You were fine.
No. Bonnie is shaking.
So it took, but I wanted him to like me so much that I pretended to be. Now I was in theater in college.
Mm-hmm.
I could absolutely pretend to be Phoebe and As You
I
Like
like
It and be outgoing. But as me in just a regular situation, it was a struggle. Like I had to be thinking. Anyway, it's just a whole thing.
So as your almost therapist, I'm just going to
Again.
say your choice in friends is very interesting.
Well, yeah, I'd ride your coattails. Absolutely.
No, I will say, like, at some point, I became so comfortable with myself it doesn't matter. Like,
Well, I am comfortable with myself now. My job,
Like,
I have to do that.
yeah.
I do professional development. I meet teachers. I love meeting the new teachers. I love being that person out in my job. I love my job for that part. But it truly is in a social situation, I'm still that would rather hang back. I guess it's just that natural thing. And it's okay. But like that's why I love y'all as my friends because I can go places with y'all. You know, the life of the party and I have so much fun. So anyway, so we're all busy. I think
Yeah,
that's how
we are
we end
all
up with
busy.
that.
I think it's just been a interesting chapter in the last year.
Well, it's like been a transition chapter.
Well, so I think what I'm hearing us all say too is that we've gotten really picky about what we say yes and no to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Like
Yes.
how we're spending our time.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not necessarily about where we want to.
Well, but I think that we've all decided, like I've decided that art in my painting and really trying to develop that into something bigger than it has ever been in my life is really important to me. And Lauren, you having a business with your talents and having that be something that you own as a part of you and making money in that way. And Beth, you have actually made being social a big part of your life with Mahjong, and you've made a huge group of fabulous friends. And you're also really gotten more into your stitching and developing some of your ideas there. And so I think that we've all done that on purpose because we see that these things enhance our lives and make us really looking forward to things.
Well, I think the bottom line is we've all chosen to focus on ourselves and what we need and what feeds us.
And I did not have permission to do that in
I
my
think
marriage.
a lot of women do not have the permission to do that because
But
you're so in the middle of it, trying to raise kids and trying to do your careers
and I know that this. I don't know. As a stay-at-home mom, and I know that's kind of popular right now, but as a stay-at-home mom, I truly felt such guilt about anything I did for myself. Even my art had to have something to do with a memory for my kids, or something for the kids, or something for the family, or something to make money for something. I never felt like I could do art just for me because I wanted to express something of mine. It had to have another purpose because I didn't feel like I was bringing enough into the family, but also because it was a little on edge.
Well, I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel like I had to tie it to it, but I did not feel supported in doing it.
Oh yeah.
And I think I didn't feel
I felt
like
supported by my mother.
it was important to the other person that I do this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like I was looked at as a very one-dimensional character. You are the wife, you are the mother, these are the jobs that fall under that category, and there's no room for you to be actually Beth.
Yeah.
That takes up a lot of room and takes up a lot of noise and clutter, making things and like color, and I feel like I had to fit, like squish myself into that little box of wife, mother. There was no room for expansion.
Yeah.
And I did have a needlepoint shop, but that was at the end after the girlfriend, and I think that was let's give her a little place to go so that I can do whatever I want.
So I can continue to have a
Exactly.
So two things I want to say. I don't know if it's because I was later in my life and whatever, but my husband absolutely fell in love with exactly who I am. Like, there is not a thing. I am me, and he knows everything there is to know about me, and there's not a thing so far that he doesn't love, So there's not anything I ever was hiding or like trying to figure out about me, I guess, too. And also, I don't know, just like living my life open to whatever was going to happen with whatever, And so I've ended up with somebody who we really love each other and we really respect each other. And that has opened me up to like if he goes, tonight's an us night, I go, yep, absolutely. You want an us night? Absolutely. Because my husband wants that. And I love him and respect him. And it's just very different than I would have necessarily felt before about that.
And I think before, I'm sure Beth would say the same, if I were ever at a point where I was looking at another relationship, one, it would have to be somebody I was already friends with or that I have developed a friendship with. But also, that is like the rod, the thing that I'm judging it by. Are you treating me the way Beth and Lauren would treat me? Are you giving me the respect that my best friends give me?
Exactly.
Are you giving the respect that my mother and my sister give me? Do I feel safe with you the way I do with my best friends?
Yeah.
And if I don't, then I'm done. Like I just feel like that, and that's probably a really lofty bar. At this
it's
point.
not. Okay,
It feels it, but maybe it's not.
I'm going to ask you this, and maybe we can do a different segment on this, but my experience was with a guy that was my age. your experience with a guy,
A little bit older.
but the same kind of generation.
Yeah, he was 4 years older. Yeah.
Brought up by with a certain expectation. Your guy is a different generation.
Yeah, he is.
And I think that might be a generational thing that younger guys feel like a partnership is more valuable than just having a wife. Or a wife and a mother.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I think there's a generational rub right there.
I think
I would agree, because I think that our husbands also, we got married and the expectation of staying home with kids
Yeah.
and not working. I
Yeah.
don't think that's an expectation in
I
marriage
don't think that's
anymore.
even in the
Well,
conversation.
and I would say,
much.
so my husband's parents are like the same age as mine. Like he and I have a very different age gap, but like our moms are the same age.
Right.
And he saw his parents both working their whole lives, you know, and they always told him, marry your best friend. Like, that was the one thing, marry your best friend. And that's what he did. I mean, like, that's what he wanted. It wasn't about.
That's not, and I think that's a generational thing. I think that's nice from his family, but I think it's a generational thing.
Well, because I could have been told that all day long, but I still would have chosen what I did because I thought I was supposed to choose at that time.
See, and I think
And
that's
it was
the
from a
difference in
good
our age
family,
groups.
Yeah.
and he checked all of the boxes.
Yeah.
And I didn't know him terribly well, but I thought that would come. Like, there were so many things that I excused away because I thought I was, quote, supposed to. And he was a good man before he started drinking. Alcohol did change that, but I mean, he was a good man. And he had a great family. I love his family. He had a really good upbringing. I just don't know that we necessarily meshed. And I think if we were dating now as young people, I don't know that we'd have gotten married. I think we'd have probably found other people. But it was just, I think you're right. It was a different time. We're still in that check that boxes.
We
Did we
think
check the
also
box?
what is this generation? I don't even know.
I don't know.
You're
Well,
going
wait,
into
let's
it
talk
kind of expecting that both people are going to work. I mean, that's an expectation.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
no expectation of a stay-at-home mom.
No,
So,
that
and
wasn't.
what
that
generation
wasn't
are
always
you,
an expectation.
Lauren, what
I'm
generation?
like on the cusp of. I'm very, very last Gen X, beginning of millennial.
And
what
I'm
are
the
you?
last of the boomers. I am the actual last year of
Okay, and I'm smack dab in the middle of Gen X. So
yeah. But I think, and like now the guys that I think I would date, or who would date me, let's put it that way, that I would be young enough for them to date, they're definitely boomers. So they have a different expectation.
Right.
well, but I think that's because you're not open to dating younger.
I was open to dating younger, and I did date younger. That also did not work out.
Okay, but you dated one younger. I think that is not enough of a sample. But anyway, that's a whole episode on its own.
That is a whole episode. We can't even get into that.
I will also say my husband acts like an old man. Like sometimes he acts older than me, but not about values.
No.
I think we're talking about values.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think we're talking about expectations.
I think expectations, not necessarily.
Not values, just expectations.
And I think that it was based
Roles.
on values and roles that we thought we were
Roles.
supposed to have. That were still sort of the holdover of the 50s into the 60s into the 70s. In the 80s, women started with independence and people started having dual income families, but the expectation was still you go
You're
to
gonna
college,
fit into the little box life.
you figure out what it is you want to do for a degree, then you get married and you don't do it until your children graduate and then get out of school, and then you go back and you get to do whatever. You know what I mean? I think because I was a stay-at-home mom for a while.
I was too. Didn't have a show.
But I don't know. Do you know anyone who's a stay-at-home mom now?
Your age. Well,
Yeah, in your
yeah.
child's age group, a
Some.
couple.
Yeah, some are. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This is
But it's
interesting.
not as
I will
prevalent.
say, the people who I know that are stay-at-home moms are typically like trust fund.
Yes.
Situations.
See,
They're not. Yeah.
So, that's
different.
That's a whole
basically
different-
all I know
that's
about
different.
that. But
Yeah.
no, I don't know anybody who doesn't work somehow.
Okay. And I think that's different because when my oldest was young and in elementary school, it was rare to have a friend who worked.
Really?
Yes,
Yes,
I had
that's so
one or
interesting.
two friends who worked. I didn't have like there were enough of us that we would have like 10 of us go to lunch every Tuesday at the Brick and have
we had lunch bunch.
yeah, exactly. And like everybody went to
You
weekday
just came
school
with
that,
food.
that ended at noon because they didn't feed them lunch because everybody was a stay-at-home mom. And that program had to end because there weren't enough stay-at-home moms who needed
That was
Yeah.
the norm, and that was their
No,
Yeah.
it really.
And think about that. So my kid now, he's 29. So that's when he was in elementary school. To be honest, that's not that long ago. But by the time
But-
I had my daughter, who's 21, that was over. When I look at all of her friends' moms, even the younger ones, they all worked. It was rare that I knew a mom in her group, even in elementary school, that didn't work. And that's when I got my job, was when she went into first grade. So, I mean, I look at what a difference between, and there are 7 years between them. What a difference between them. Or
Okay,
8
my
years
kids
between
are 9 years apart, and there was a huge difference between when my son was in school. Everybody did the PTA. Everybody did junior league. Everybody volunteered for the library. Everybody
Yep.
volunteered for the book fair. Everybody volunteered for like
I'm a junior league flunky.
everything in my
Me too.
everything in the town.
I
But
had to. I think I was on junior league for 2 years, and then I said they wanted us to do something, and I emailed the president, and I was like, I literally cannot do this. There is no
Because you were working,
time.
I'm sure.
And I sent her my schedule, and she's like, "You really don't have time for this." I said, "I don't. You know what? I'm good." Like,
well, and that's
y'all
and
have fun.
I think I did it for 4 years. I was on the Beyond Cotton Country Cookbook Committee. We did all of that. I had a great time. Went to all these things, but you had to be in it for 7 years to go sustainer. I think I made it 4.
yeah,
but see,
And
that-
had another
so-
kid and could not. I mean, I just could not.
So
It was just too much.
between all that, 9 years elapsed, and then I have my daughter, and by that time, all the moms, and I'm the oldest mom at the kindergarten intake thing. There was one other dad that was there that was my age, because he had a 30-year-old girlfriend
Yeah.
that had a baby. So we're I know. So we're the two old people. We're like lounging on the counter because we've heard, you know,
This,
the song,
yeah.
we've been through the song and dance before, and we're chatting
So new.
about, you know, kindergarten. And by that time, every single mom in that room, except for like 2 that were doctors' wives, everybody worked.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Yeah.
worked.
So I was able to.
There was
homeroom
no
mom.
PTA involvement. There was no junior league commitment.
There were no
There were
homeroom
no
moms.
volunteer
Yeah,
people for
homeroom moms
no
are
homeroom
out.
moms.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, but I see that in our community, the lack of volunteers compared to
Oh yeah.
when my oldest was young. And I think maybe he's really only 28. I really need to do the math.
He's
97?
28. That's
He's 28.
That's-
Okay. Anyway, 28, 29, whatever he is. I guess he'll be 29 this year. It doesn't really matter. So but you know, look at that. Just the difference in volunteer then as to now. And we really do have a volunteer problem in the community right now, but it's because volunteerism was carried by the women, and the women now have to make money.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if the women are having to spend their time during the day making money, and then we're raising children when we get back, there is not the time, or they want us to go volunteer to do things during our working hours.
Yeah.
So the volunteerism has really fallen off because we're busy doing other things.
Right.
But that gets back to also it affects expectations in the marriage and around
Right.
children. And if you're up against those expectations, there's very little, or at least I felt like there was very little room for me to grow
Yeah.
as a person, like an individual person, not with the label, so-and-so's mom, so-and-so's wife. You know, I actually had a name tag made that I wore that said so-and-so's mom, because nobody knew my name, but they knew my child. At school.
And but you know, I don't know. I don't necessarily miss that part. I enjoyed being my husband's wife.
I enjoyed it
I
too.
enjoyed being known as his wife. Everybody knew who he was. In fact, today I can still, people will ask me, "Oh, which Hearst were you married to?" And I
Yeah.
can tell them, and like, "Oh,
I'm
you
not
know,
saying
so
I didn't
excited."
enjoy that.
I
I
know.
just felt like I was pigeonholed. pigeonholed into that, and I didn't
Yes.
even see that I needed to grow.
Well, but I know, but I guess what I'm getting at is I really enjoyed it at that. What did we call it earlier? That period, stage, season
Yeah,
of my
the season.
life. But I really, really love this season of my life now that I get to own all on my own.
Mm-hmm.
As a Hedenhurst, as a maiden name and married name smashed together person. You know, I am both of those people. I was a Hurst for 23 years. I was a Hedden for less than that, I guess, back then. So, I mean, I love being the both of those. Huh? I guess I was a Hedden for one more year. I think I got married at 24.
There you go.
So 23, 24, about even. So I guess I just love this person that I'm getting to be now. And I don't get to be that person without having gone through all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. Well, I think we were going to talk about other things, but I think that we have spent so much time talking about how busy we are that we have got things that we can talk about next time.
Hey, the other thing I was going to say, you brought this up, like, you said feeling guilty about doing things for yourself or just guilt. I think guilt in general
is the
keeps
devil.
us from doing so many
Well,
things.
let's do a whole.
That
thing
would be
on
a really good.
Yeah, we do need
next
to talk
topic.
about that because honestly, you are so right. Guilt, unjustified guilt, societal guilt, pressure we feel that we interpret as guilt really does sort of have us navigate life in ways we probably shouldn't.
And it can make you not. It can create inaction. You know what I mean?
It can. It can.
Let's table that and
Yeah.
let's.
Yeah,
do a
okay, we
whole
definitely-
different
okay.
So
discussion.
that's a
Can
good
somebody
next
text that
episode.
in our group so we remember?
I'm doing it. Guilty.
That's so bad.
Confess. I'm watching Game of Thrones with my husband right now. We rewatched it. Something fun we're doing.
Okay.
To live the life we love.
Okay.
Right?
Oh
We're
yes,
there.
yes.
do
Oh,
that.
look. Sorry, it's been so long, listeners, that we've
Guilt.
forgotten how to
I'm
even do
texting
this.
it. Guilt. So my husband had never seen all of Game of Thrones, just the last season, and I love Game of Thrones.
Well, isn't the last season the worst?
Yes. So I said, you're not even watching the good stuff. So he agreed to watch through it with me. So we've been watching through it for the last probably couple of months. And we're finally on the last season, so that's what we've been
Oh, that's
doing.
fun.
No, but as someone who watched it when it came out, and I watched it week to week, it's really fun to watch
it all
it
together.
consecutively. And if you are a Game of Thrones fan and didn't watch it like that, highly recommend, because there are some things that click a lot better if you watch
That's
it.
it. But you know, I find any show that you watch that you end up going back and watching again, you find all of the little Easter eggs that they hid. Especially if it's a well-written show.
I never do that, but we did it with Peaky Blinders because we love that show. So we watched it again, and I said, if we're going to do this, let's watch Game of Thrones, because I think you'll really like it.
I'm trying to go back and watch some of the old Doctor Who's.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's a Doctor Who fan, I get that. But you find that in the new ones, they reference the old ones that you don't pick up unless you know what's going on. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. That's not the life I love thing, but go ahead.
What are you doing for the life you love, Bonnie?
Aside from painting, which seems to be all I ever do, I really think that's kind of it. I'm painting. I'm trying to. I've rewatched Charmed. That was kind of fun. I'm trying to spend more time with my sister and my mom, my family, and my dad over in Huntsville. I'm trying to just truly, if my sister calls and says, "Hey, do you want to?" I am yes every single time because I haven't had her in this kind of close proximity for so long because she's always lived overseas that I really feel like I need to, make it for lost time. I don't want to waste this time with her right here with me. So she came over and helped me get a whole bunch of my canvases, or really canvas boards. My dad has built me canvas boards. They're all so supportive
What
for
does
this.
that mean? Canvas
Okay,
boards.
so instead of a canvas, we get
Luan?
masonite.
Masonite.
Luan masonite,
Yeah.
yes. And he's building the little frame that I can still, like the right width that I could have it framed if I wanted to. And then putting it and then sanding it and all of those things and gluing it down so I don't have the brads or the things like that. But he built them all the sizes I wanted. He and one of his friends, whatever, my fabulous father, went in and he built me 11 so far. Actually, if I count the ones he did before, it's 12. He's built me about 15 so far to help support my art. And so my sister, but he built them, but we needed to sand them and then coat them with 2 or 3 coats of this of GAC 100, and then go back and sand again, and we coat them with the gesso and all that to get ready for me to go and paint on. So she came and spent an entire day with me to do that, and she just gave up her whole day, and I'm very thankful. So just trying to spend more time, and I mean truly, I'm trying to spend the year of yes. Went to a girls' weekend. That of course I immediately thought I don't have time for this. But yes, I have time for this because I need to be spending time with my friends. So I'm trying to keep in mind that I truly believe that what life is about are your people.
Mm-hmm.
Are the conversations that you have, or the interactions you have, the time you spend with your people. They're not about the time you're spending alone. And so if somebody that I really care about asks me to do something, if it is at all in my power, I'm going to say yes. Even walking, I'm trying. So, that is what I'm doing for a life. What about you, Beth?
Right now, I am saying yes to everything mahjong. If somebody calls me to play, I will say yes.
Yes, I believe. What did you call yourself?
I'm not going to say that. I am the mahjong whore.
That's it. Because she will say yes to anyone.
Any group that asks me, I don't just hang out with one group. I will play with whoever calls me. I don't care.
It's called obsession.
It is obsession. I'm growing
But you're
as
having
a person.
but you're having so much fun, and you've made such good friends.
I'm telling you, it's amazing, and I would not have met some of these people if I had not signed up.
You know, mahjong. I mean, bunko was a big thing at one point. I mean, it kind of goes back and forth, different things up here. But the one thing that no matter what the fad is that it truly is bringing women together.
It is, and it's
and
fun.
It's bringing you. So if you don't have a group of women to spend time with, truly go learn mahjong. You'll immediately have 30 best friends that want to play with you. Would you say that?
Kayla's on Bank Street Thursday nights.
Decatur. If you're in Decatur, yes,
You
or
can sign
Alabama, the
online.
surrounding area. Yeah.
There's every city has some, but I've been doing that, and now if people ask me to do things, I try to say yes, but I'm really concentrating on needlepoint now, doing some projects that I've wanted to do. I'm doing finishing on a lot of ornaments that I had. If I told you how big my stash was of finished pieces, you would probably faint.
She's currently working on a purse as we speak.
I know. Can you guess the background color?
It's
Listeners,
black.
It's
Her
black. My favorite color.
It's a purse?
Yeah.
Yes.
Those
Isn't
are the
that
two
fun?
sides of the purse.
Oh, that's
Isn't
so
that fun?
fun.
Yes.
I know. So I'm doing things for myself. I've designed some boots for myself. I have done some Dr. Scholl shoes that are about ready. So I'm just doing some.
I love it.
Because for years I gave away. I would make presents for people and give it away.
But there are
And
things
I
that you would have wanted.
But I didn't keep much for myself, do you know?
Yeah,
So
I do.
now I'm working on things that I want to
That's
do.
like my art stuff. I felt like I had to give it away or I had to have a purpose.
I
or
do take
couldn't do
commissions though, dear listeners.
it.
So that is what I'm doing.
Which, Lauren, I've told Beth that I really want to do some needlepoint canvases of my house in every season.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, we're going to eventually write this whole series of murder mysteries that are based on different houses in our neighborhood. So when we murder somebody in your house, we'll have to do
We'll have to have a needlepoint.
have
Okay,
needlepoint
we'll have to
of your
needlepoint.
house as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Just
won't it?
saying. I'll have all seasons of your house. All
Interactive.
seasons of Beth's house. And all seasons
Interactive.
of my house.
Interactive murder needlepoint.
Exactly. See, we're kind of spreading
doesn't hate
genres.
that?
Spreading out with their genres.
It was
not do
Beth
that.
in the dining room with the needle.
Because if you'll just take the little the little needle pointed ghost and move him over.
As always, I would
Or the murder weapon.
For the
Depending on what
movie.
house it goes on. There's a magnet in the right house.
For the movie, Sandra Bullock needs to play me. I need a true physical comedian.
I'll tell her. I'm physical comedian. I'll call Sandy. Listen,
There you go.
Sandy, listen.
Come on. She's a good girl.
I'm going to the mountains this weekend, or to Lookout Mountains.
Well, that's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, it's a
So
great
much fun.
cabin. I have this little a group of friends that we go. We usually go somewhere every weekend, or not every weekend, every year for a weekend.
Yes.
And we've gone to the beach, we've gone to the mountains, and this year we're going to North Georgia, and we found a great cabin. But this year, all our children are going, like all of them.
Oh,
So
your
there's
son
a-
is going
There's
also?
a 12-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a
Oh, my
baby.
Lord.
Oh, love
So
it.
it's gonna be fun. I know.
Oh,
I'm
if I were
excited about
going,
it.
I would just hold the baby the whole time.
He's so cute too.
I'm sure.
He's so round and.
All right. Well, I hope that you guys live the life you love this week and beyond. Hopefully, we'll get together before 6 months pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Would that be nice?
I
Maybe
would
sometime at the
shoot
time this summer. Especially now that we have you up at the art studio with us.
I know.
We can kind of
Yeah.
pin you down.
We
Be
need
like,
to
you can't
record
leave
it
until.
We need to record up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to do some of that. So,
From the
all right.
brand
Well-
new studio space.
Would you like to clink?
Here we go.
Clink, clink.
Mine's gonna be.
The thunk was Beth's water.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
See y'all soon. Thank y'all for joining us for Champagne Sunday.
See you next week,
See you
girls.
next week. Yeah, cheers.
Have a good week.
Cheers.
Cheers.